Frank, David, thanks for joining us today. So, Premier Li Keqiang's meeting to stabilize the Chinese economy was joined by tens of thousands. Frank, why such a large meeting?
It's such a large problem, I suppose, and I think that the party is trying to brace up the public for some bad things that are coming, and hopefully, I guess, assure their solidarity as the party tries to deal with them. These lockdowns are taking place as part of an effort, again, to gain control of the Chinese people and discipline them to understand they're going to have to make sacrifices. And I think this meeting on the economy is probably of a piece with that.
David, Li said that China is facing some difficulties more severe than 2020. So to you, is this an indicator of how serious China's economic situation is?
Yes, and remember 2 years ago, Xi Jinping held something similar where he says the COVID situation is one where we have to fight with the people. Now, the second in command, Li Keqiang, is saying that, hey, we've gotten to a point where our political fight with COVID has resulted in the economic downturn in China. So I think Li is in a process of trying to take control of the economic situation from Xi Jinping.
So this meeting comes after Xi Jinping's meeting earlier this month, where instructions were given to unswervingly follow the dynamic zero COVID policy. So Frank, I'm curious if the two meetings are conflicting in nature. Can you have a zero COVID policy and a strong economy?
Well, I think what David says is there may be a bigger conflict at work here, which is between Xi and Li as well. But I think the answer is no, as a practical matter. If you're talking about the kind of lockdowns that have taken place, notably but not exclusively by any means in Shanghai, it's devastating on the productive output and the population.
So Frank, I want to know, it seems China won't move away from zero COVID since Xi Jinping said to unswervingly follow the policy. And after this meeting, China will also have to focus on a stronger economy. So are local authorities going to have a hard time balancing between the two?
There may be this further calculation at work, not just balancing the, public health policies versus the economic policies, but a larger sort of national security agenda. And I think what we're going to find is that the repression that has characterized Xi's regime, the social credit system and the quarantines and the lockdowns and all the rest of it has been the China model, in short, is going to persist for the foreseeable future.
So David, I have a similar question for you. Do you see China facing a dilemma right now?
I think I agree with what Frank just said. We may seem like there is a dilemma, but remember who's in control. Xi Jinping is still in power until he either gets elected again or chosen as for the third term, or he is kicked out from power. Until then, all we can say that is the current system operating in China is majority still dominated by Xi Jinping's political control. And so it's too early to speculate that some things are just suddenly pivoting to another type of thinking. And you have to remember what Xi has done over the past 10 years is consolidating power to himself.
Frank Gaffney, Executive Chairman, Center for Security Policy, and David Zhang, host of China Insider. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.